You know, I come to Washington for 2 days. And look what happens. I feel like I have to get out of here before the earth cracks open and swallows this place whole. Was it me?
Yes, it was you. It's time for another week of...
As the world explodes!
Yes, Mattis quits and the media Now, if they bleep that, the word bleeped actually rhymes with quits. I believe it's Check out these Chicken Littles.
I'm actually scared at this point. If you are worried tonight, you should be. A political earthquake is rolling through Washington as the Trump administration sinks further into chaos.
I got an email from somebody earlier this evening saying, this makes me very nervous. Just tell me something that'll make me calm. And I said, I don't think I can.
Today, scary day for you?
Today has just been a cascade of what would be generally seen as absolutely apocalyptic news.
America is less safe this morning.
I think maybe this is the first time I've actually been frightened for the country. Frightened.
It's like they're freebasing fear. Conniptions are their crack cocaine. It's the first time I've been frightened in 2 years, says Michael Moore. Clearly, he hasn't checked his cholesterol. And what if CNN, I fear their next step will be reporting the news from underneath their desks? I don't remember this reaction when Obama went through 3 Secretary of Defenses, each with shorter runs. Here's a thought. Could it be Mattis did the job Trump asked him to do, and now that it's done, Trump wanted a new guy to do a new thing? Mattis kind of said that thing in his letter. He said that under Trump, Mattis says the Defense Department improved our forces' readiness and lethality, boosting capabilities and global influence. Guess the press missed that. Even more, the script has flipped. You got lefties praising Trump over Syria and righties screaming their bloody heads off. But this is what happens when you have a president with a vision untethered to ideology. The House passed a bill to fund the wall, which upsets one side. Trump pulls out of Syria, which pisses off the other. He passes criminal justice reform, which no side could do before. Seems like the alarm is more emotional than factual. It's about Trump, not the actions themselves. So should you be worried that Trump wants to leave Syria? Well, consider who Trump is. He wanted to kill terrorists and their families. Yes, their families. That's going the extra mile. So I think it would be out of character for him to put America in harm's way. I wonder what Mike Pence thinks.
President, thank you very much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Did I leave the oven on? Of course not. I'd never do that. I'm Mike Pence. Mike Pence doesn't leave the oven on.
The correctional system, recognizing that there had to be a...
That'd be a good campaign slogan. Vote for me. I don't leave the oven on. Wait, that's stupid. Why do people always think they left the oven on? It's the first thing you do when you take the food out. How hard is that to remember?
That was sweeping criminal justice reform.
Take food out. Food. Take out. Never understood that. Why not just eat at the restaurant? It's so much better, and the food never gets cold.
Prison, and that we had to have some alternative.
It's been cold all this week, especially after the heater broke. I had to use the oven to help heat the house.
Changes in our process.
Oh, I just remembered I left the oven on.
Has more reentry services, and we know that
You know, it really is alarming how alarming everything is. Now, how did this happen? Well, it's the new business model, folks. There used to be a network devoted to livestock auctions. Now there are cable networks devoted to hysteria. I've heard people have a hard time working at CNN and MSNBC due to the smell of burning hair. Trump's right about the media. He is the product. And because Trump's actually gotten stuff done, the media must focus on what he's not done yet. So in 2 years, he rewrote NAFTA, passed a tax cut, deregulated like a madman, created record unemployment for minorities, women, and the youth. Median household income and real wage compensation jumped. 4 million people left food stamps, investments, returned to America as consumer confidence rose. But, what about the staff changes? Please, that's like shouting at Santa after he bought you a car but forgot the air freshener. Look at prison reform, a big humanitarian story the press largely ignored because it was Trump. Then there's gun control. Trump banned bump stocks. Remember when the media was screaming for that? Now hardly a peep. Right, Mike Pence?
Wish I had some candy. I love peppermint bark. How come they only make it at Christmas time? That's not fair. Sometimes I want peppermint bark in the summertime. Peppermint bark and lemonade. That sounds exciting. I'd like to try that. Bark. I like dogs. Do Australian shepherds bark with an Australian accent? That would be so cool. Okay, time to wrap this up and get some bark.
So as we head into Christmas week, we got a lot of presents from Santa Trump and a lot of ungrateful kids receiving them. This is a peaceful and prosperous time, but the problem with good times, they allow for idle minds that obsess over crap like porn stars and real estate, stuff you can't do in times of actual hardship. But when things are good, it's hard on a media when their business model is so very bad. So they find the problem it wants and find sources to support it. Meanwhile, the world rolls merrily on, at least for now. Right, Mike Pence?
Chamber, to speak on behalf of the American people.
I thought we were all supposed to wear red ties. Greg Gutfeld told me they were going to wear red.
Our new administration had already taken
I hate Greg Gutfeld. He sure got me good.
The tide of optimism was already sweeping.
Me and my red tie.
Across our land.
Red. That's my favorite lifesaver. Then the orange ones.
Clear vision.
I don't like green lifesavers.
Mission
And I also don't like Greg Gutfeld.
for all Americans.
Period.